welcome everybody to my Gerudo travel vlog. As you can see, we made it into the royal throne room. They haven't found out yet that I'm a dude, but eventually, I'm sure they will, and that I will be a Gerudo prisoner of war.
Epic.
Welcome back to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, we're in the kitchen, I believe.
Yeah.
Looks like they're down there making my Uncrustables, like I asked.
God bless.
I'm really happy for them, putting all this work in. Gotta say, in terms of your off-the-wall intros, that one was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Did you like that one?
It didn't fall apart either. You actually stuck with it.
Yeah. I was kind of coming up with like because as you said before, usually Aiden and I will ask each other if we've got an intro idea, and if not, then we go. But sometimes I don't even have an intro idea, and none of us do, and that's where we get things like Monkey Link from a couple episodes back. Or this week's episode, or even more episodes back, the Alcoholics Anonymous bit.
That was
at
really
the beginning.
Good. That was fire.
So I was really happy to pull out travel vlog Link.
Yeah, that's great.
In this episode. So what we need to do now is figure out what we're supposed to do.
We gotta
know what to do.
The Bunderbaum.
If you have permission from Captain Tick, that would be a different story. Who the captain? Is she up here?
Are you my bad bitch?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she do be a bad bitch. One thing I do actually like is how the Gerudos have different skin tones.
Yeah, they were all previously just kind of that darker tone, right? They never changed.
So it's cool then that they have like different skin tones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It makes them feel more varied as a race.
Well, it's like in terms of Zora, they've always looked different, and even certain Zoras in game can look different from how the generic one does.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Gorons, like they've always had different shapes and sizes and hairstyles of Gorons or whatever.
Yeah, but Gerudos have always been like
the same, pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah, always just this like darker, brown skin.
The Ganondorf, the unique one, but even then, he got that same colored skin.
So this is like the first game where they've like changed up the look, and it's really cool.
I appreciate
We're gonna
it.
just fast travel here, because as much as I do love exploring the desert area, it's not a very fun area to explore on video.
All right.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. So Aiden, have you seen much of this the Gerudo?
I did the Yiga Clan stuff actually.
Okay, you did.
I never beat it, but I know I did beat it actually. I did the Yiga Clan thing, but I didn't know how it was connected. I don't think.
Okay.
So I never got past it. Like
Did you
did
purchase
what was
the drag?
after. Yeah, I did. I purchased the drag. I went to the town. I talked to the lady. I did the Yiga Clan, but I didn't do any further.
Okay.
So I know this upcoming stuff rather well. Up until we get up to the Divine Beast, then I'm gonna be a little unaware, but that's fine.
Okay. It's a little epic, if you ask me.
It's a great part of the game. I'm actually excited to revisit it.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it. So last episode, the question I asked of the day was, if you had to choose to either fuck Ganondorf or kill your mother, and most people said they'd fuck Ganondorf, and you know what? Honestly, respect.
Yeah.
Respect to that. I don't know if it's because they think he's hot or if they just don't want to kill their mom. But either way,
Right.
Ganondorf getting some. That's got to be the worst joke I've ever made on this show. That is just completely unfounded. There was no question asked at the end of last episode.
Right.
We recorded this 2 minutes after we just finished the last episode.
Yeah.
There's been no time to see anything.
Right. But now, if you're listening to this, you got to go back to the last episode and be like, honestly, I'd fuck Ganondorf over killing my mother. Just to make it true.
Or you say the opposite.
Oh,
and you say that you would rather kill your mother. So now I'm full of shit.
Right.
For people who are watching in the future after all of this.
There's a lot of ways you could make that.
You know what? Fuck you if you do that.
Damn.
Assholes.
Little cunt.
little cunt wagon. Oh, we're cold apparently.
What the fuck? Fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's
I'll
wild.
put on my big boy pants.
Big boy pants. Yeah,
see if you like
pants.
You fucking see if I care.
All right, let's go through. Let's pretend like I didn't do that. Oh, wild, dude.
Yeah.
You
I
okay?
caught a couple of burps on Skyrim recording that with Parker.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, I never get a burp on mic before. So these past couple of ones, I feel like I've been in a pretty blessed place. So
yeah, burps on mic are wonderful because they're disgusting.
you ever farted on mic?
Okay,
That's
so let me
powerful
tell you.
energy right there.
Let
You
me
can
tell
fart
you
on
about
mic.
farting on mic. So one time I was recording, this was recent too, I was recording my Gone Girl video, and one of the takes just has this loud ass fart that's reverberated by my wooden chair. And I was just like, damn it.
That's the problem with farting in schools, because all the chairs are fucking wooden
Yup.
and shit. And so
Yup.
the sound reverberates a lot quicker and it's louder too.
Because if you're gonna fart, you know, like you want to make sure, and you can't just like lift your ass up, right? Because then you start like, because then
You
you're
look
like
weird.
making it known, and that you're about to lit one rip.
You're
But
the
then if you
farter.
just keep your ass flat on the chair, it's gonna be like it's going
Them cheeks reverberate.
just like that. It's gonna be so loud.
Mhm.
And then what? And then now everyone still knows that you farted.
The hard part is if you feel it coming, trying to let loose a little bit of gas at a time and holding it in,
Bruh.
so that you do it in intervals
Let me
as
tell you.
well.
So, I was taking my math final in 9th grade, and I went to do exactly that. I had a really bad stomachache because I have IBS, and my anxiety can trip that up.
Mhm.
And I was having awful anxiety that day because I was flunking math, and so I needed to pass this to pass the class. And so I'm over here just vibing, taking my exam. I don't know why my voice cracked like that, but I'm trying to take the exam. And so then I lift my ass up like 1 second, get some, expel a little bit of gas,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, all right, okay, I'm doing okay. Then I lift up my other ass cheek and expel a little bit more. I'm like, all right, if I keep this up, it'll be fine, because it was making no sound. And then I do it one more time, and this time it was not a little bit of gas.
It was a lot.
The whole,
The whole
the
shebang.
whole fucking shebang, just right out. And I'm like, damn it.
It's unfortunate.
Because
Did you
then-
fail?
'cause
Did you
then-
fail the exam at that point?
No, I
Right?
passed the exam. I
Damn.
passed it, so we were good. I just farted.
Damn.
Luckily, no one looked around, so
They knew. They had to. Have
they knew. They heard it, but no one.
Sometimes
no
I'd
one,
be hearing people fart and then I look away just out of shame. Just like I don't
Right?
want to
It's
stare them
like-
down, you know. They know what they did.
Absolutely.
I don't have to add on to that.
Wow, this thing is Link deadass just okay. I forgot they teleported away. I was like, did Link just murder somebody?
You know, the last time we fought the Yiga clan was actually like episode 4 or so, but we were too weak to do
Yeah.
it. And now here we are,
Yeah.
like 20 episodes later, and we're finally getting our revenge.
That was a pretty cool callback. That was dope. But the worst part about farting in a public place, especially, is that if you hold it in for too long, like at a certain point, you're gonna just accidentally fart.
Yeah.
Because one time I was
Yeah.
doing it and I held it in for like quite a while, and then I bent over to grab a pencil, and that was the last straw right there. Because bending over the last thing you want to do.
Yeah,
Because then
at
it's
that
just,
point, even if you try to hold it in, your body gonna let it go regardless.
and it's like, oh, there you go, bye bye.
So have you ever done speed farts before?
Yeah, I've done some speed farts.
Where it's like, you know, fuck waiting. I'm gonna just try to get it all out and maybe no one will notice. So you just like rapid fire off like 3 or 4 little toots, little magnum toots.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, you want to get all of them off, and then they be looking at you after the first one. You're like, fuck. So now I gotta start
Yeah.
slowing my pace down. You know?
Yeah.
I can't go for the world record run of magnum
You
mass toots.
you ever go mobile? Oh fuck yeah, dude.
We're already there.
Oh sorry, no, I'm.
It looks like we are
Okay,
there
I'll-
though.
Yeah, we're there. I'm gonna. Okay, so the coronavirus going around. Ha, I'm bringing it up again. But Amazon packages are taking a while longer to ship.
Mm-hmm.
And my fucking movie I ordered like 2 weeks ago is coming earlier, and I got excited.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I just got a notification. I checked my phone to make sure it wasn't a text message. Because one time my mommy texted me while recording and got a little pissed I hadn't replied. But
You said
I'm
said,
very
fuck you, bitch. I'm recording Breath of the Wild. Oh,
very happy. So yeah, we're here, and we made our money back.
Look at
So
that.
that's cool. Or we didn't make it all the way back. We made 100 of it back. That's still pretty good.
I first time playing this got stuck in this room for 30 minutes. I'm not
You
even gonna lie.
did?
Yeah. I didn't know what the
Aiden.
fuck to do. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I went to every one. I slashed at it. Nothing happened. I'm like, what?
Aiden.
What are you supposed? How are you supposed to get through there? And then I think it's an arrow, right? Like you got to get a bit of the fire and then burn one of the things down.
Yeah, Aiden.
But only one of them, because some of them are lies.
Yeah. Really? You spent that long?
Yeah. I got stuck for a while. I got stuck on the fucking maze, like trying to not get caught by the homies. I was bad at stealth in this game, 100%.
That's fair. I feel that actually. I can't clown on the homie too hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid shit I was stuck on my first time playing.
I would argue in this playthrough alone, you've been kind of stomped on, pretty obvious baby third grader shit right there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I like how Aiden admits a fault in his gameplay, and Jay's like, you know what? I can't clown on a homie too hard. And then Jay, not even of his own will, Aiden brings up just for fun the amount of fuckery that you've done in the series, and you get no
Damn.
remorse whatsoever.
We were just talking about prisoners of war earlier, and now we have a whole ass prisoner of war.
Just like in Kuwait, it all loops back together.
Fuck.
Save the
You know
Kuwait
what?
prisoners, everybody. You didn't think the
We
show
had
would get
our-
political. Here we are.
We had our political episode earlier.
Mhm.
So it's good that we're bringing it back and we're rescuing prisoners of war.
Well, I feel like,
So what-
we haven't been doing all that important stuff. We've been talking about, like, farting for, like, 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like I had to bring a little bit of value to the episode by talking about that.
So I guess that is like an interesting like thought. Like, what is your opinion on the prisoners of war? Do you
Right.
think that they're unethical, or do you think that like it makes sense in wartime to have a prisoner?
Right. Well, like, the alternative was just murdering people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in a certain way, you could learn with bananas.
Yeah, I got
I-
fucked in that time though.
I didn't notice this. This is always what happened to me, though. I just got fucking gangbanged.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that banana back. But
Anyway, like,
Yeah, like-
they just fucking kill people. There would be no prisoner of war. Like, the fucking Mongols and, like, a bunch of war tribes, like, no, don't save them around. Just kill them. But then somebody got the bright idea, like, oh, LOL, why kill them when we can use them for free labor and bargaining chips, right?
mhm.
So, in a way, prisoners of war actually end up, I think, saving a bit more of human life at the cost of a little bit of some slavery shenanigans. But,
Yeah, for sure.
you know.
I feel like it's not only beneficial to people who are like who own troops that are in another country, because they stay alive and you have your citizens that stay alive, but like also again for like the country who's keeping them, because they also get like free labor. And again, I'm not saying that slavery is okay, and I'm not saying to take war prisoners, but like I see why it happened, and I think when comparing it to just straight up killing anybody that stays behind, that war prisoners are probably like, they're the more like.
It's a better option. It's still not a
Yeah, it's
great
the-
one.
But yeah, I mean, on the topic of war, that's true for most things. It's like,
Yeah.
there's no real great option. Now, what are your thoughts on like prisoners of war that aren't soldiers? Like just civilian prisoners.
Just
that get taken
homies.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, prisoner of war that are soldiers makes sense because, they're
Or
there.
fighting.
They
you know.
lose the battle and they get taken. But what about like if the US were to invade a country and take civilians? Is that shitty? Because I think that's a little more shitty than...
Well, that's happened to our civilians multiple times. Whether
Oh,
it's
for sure.
ISIS or a bunch of other countries before. Just
For sure.
LOL,
And I think that's
we're gonna take your
that's
take your boys.
inherently worse than like traditional like soldier war prisoners, right?
Yeah, but usually
Um,
in that case, it's always for bargaining at that point. It's
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Why else
And-
would you take people like that unless you didn't have a means in mind? Again,
Mhm.
still very unethical. But when the alternative death,
For sure.
it's
for
the type of thing where like grand scheme, whatever, fuck it.
I just think it's wild that like there were like people that are still war prisoners.
Yeah, the system hadn't gone away. It's still a very popular
like,
thing.
There's still prisoners of war now that the U.S. hasn't been able to like get back. And it's just kind of wild to think about that.
I'm gonna go after them dumbass bananas, idiot. Yo.
Yeah.
I just had an idea. I was I'm working on a video where I go back and review my old games, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a little bit of context because I was on the forum at the time and I was like 13, 14 or whatever. So I had to hype up my games or whatever. But I got the topics all kept and you can go through them. And I swear to God, Jay, I didn't think I was that cringy as a kid, but some of these are bad. Some of these are legitimately like, what am I? Why did I write?
They?
So I'm gonna go through them. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And if there's stories associated with it, I'll give a story. So the first topic is, so I got shot at today, which I think I've told that story before, right? The Kansas City driving around.
That's still one of the wildest things.
Man of Steel, that story. If not short of it, heading to Wyoming for vacation, driving through Kansas City. I think a rock hits my window when in fact it was a gunshot from just some random dude just shooting at cars.
Fucking,
that was
you were in Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Just in Missouri, and they just be doing that
on the interstate, just wilding. And then I watched Man of Steel. Anyway, next up, I'm reviewing games in this thread. Who cares? Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft? Who's better? Oh shit.
Okay, fair enough. You know, I got you.
It's time to put the fanboy war to shame as Matt They 2 asks you great and humble people to vote for the best video game hardware and software developer. Damn. Oh, there was a poll too.
Won?
Looks like Nintendo did, thank God. It's only had 34 votes though, so it wasn't exactly a very scientific, extensive poll.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely not.
Then I'm
say that I am too surprised though.
Then I'm complaining about not getting my reviewer badge, which is epic.
Fuck. Yeah, I get you. What else? So, you didn't get your reviewer badge?
I didn't get it on time, and so I was complaining the fact that it was late.
Aden.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, none of these have sounded very cringy yet.
Not yet, but we're getting into them.
Okay.
Can someone stop or ban Z Family? He just private messaged me something very inappropriate that I'm not going to show you guys. Oh no! I can access my private messages too. Actually, hold on.
Can you see what he sent you? Because it might be very topical with this episode.
Damn, I think I deleted it. Hold on.
Fuck.
Did I? I think I fucking. Damn. Yeah, I think I did. Damn. Probably like some titties or something. It probably wasn't even that bad in retrospect.
But Math Aid 12 was such a prude that he didn't even want titties in the DMs. Did he get banned? Or
He did.
He
did get banned.
He did.
Right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. He was kind of vibing, dude. He just wanted to show some titties with his brother. What else? Is there anything else? Epic Math Aid 12 adventures?
So I'm reading the thread of me asking to get him stopped and banned, and I don't know what the context of this image is, but one of them replied, "What the fuck? Isn't that the girl from the Nickelodeon show?" So that gives us a little bit of context as to what it is.
Yeah.
One more user asked to see the picture. I will not hesitate to ban you. Look at said material all the time.
So it must have been porn.
It's probably like Victorious porn or some shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular.
Even I looked at some good old Victorious porn every now and then, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Oh. So now here's my poster service.
Okay.
They're not good at all. I'm gonna just sit in one of them.
Okay. The console war hasn't been a thing for a while. Anyone who still acts like it is one is child or Aden.
Yeah.
But I never get why. Okay, there's still people on Twitter bitching about Xbox better. Like, what's the difference? They play games. Half the games
exact
they play,
same games
I was about to say half the games they play are the same.
on similar hardware too. Not even really much of a difference.
And you know what? The costs are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I personally got a PS4 was because I also wanted to play like God of War and other exclusives. But if I didn't want to, I might have gotten an Xbox One, right? So like I don't get. But it also goes back to like the issue of brand loyalty.
Right.
I have an issue with brand loyalty.
It's a whole thing.
It's like you don't need to defend everything a certain brand does just
Right.
because you like what they make.
They're not looking
see
out
that-
for your best interest whatsoever. They're a company
I
who
see
wants
that-
money.
A lot with Nintendo fans, I think,
Yeah, very. I was like that.
where there's people who act like Nintendo can do no wrong. When in fact Nintendo is a pretty bad business at times.
Very.
And pretty scummy. But everyone's like, no, Nintendo's perfect. And I'm like,
Speaking of Nintendo related forums, I one of my epic threads is called "I'm typing this on my 3DS." And I'm watching YouTube on my Wii. Needless to say, a computer is far superior to these methods. It's from 2013. Real epic of you, Aden, to say that.
you know, you should be glad the Roblox forums are closed down, so there's no old Jay, because there's some young Jay content on the Roblox forums.
Oh God. This image always cracks me up. Can you find the fail on this photo? First one that does gets a free thing. And I click on the photo and it's not even available anymore. Woo.
Oh, Aiden.
Was it worth it, Aiden? I was trying to get clout. I was trying to get free
I
clout,
bet you were.
essentially. Maybe I was just an awful human being. No wonder nobody liked me.
I'm starting to think that might be the case.
I wasn't popular on these forums, and I wondered why. And I think it's probably because I was miserable to be around.
Oh Lord, were you popular in the community out or not at all? Like was
Not
the
really.
Zelda show
Not
big?
really. No, it was the only YouTube show of its kind, which I think
Okay.
personally is epic. But it never got like a really crazy following. Like the best an episode did was like 50 views or so, 100 views.
I mean, that's cool that it was like the only episode of its kind, because like that website isn't like unknown. It's popular.
It's popular, and nobody else was really doing that at the time. So I feel like I kind of broke some ground.
Finding out that another homie was on Sploder was wild, because like I did shit on Sploder a lot.
Hell yeah.
None of the games I made were good,
No.
but you know, you look up make free games online, and you're gonna find Sploder. Because any video game obsessed child is gonna look up how to make a free video game.
Oh, this is the worst one. This one's called "So I Like Anime Now," and already I don't like this. It's not good.
No.
It reads. It's actually pretty strange considering I just assumed most anime was just a bunch of weird, bizarre stuff. It's actually pretty good. The level of storytelling and action is second to none. The animation is great to look at, and some even try to change your outlook on life and philosophy. Now, some animes, yeah, they're bizarre, but when you find a good one, they just do everything right. If anyone just think anime is just garbage just because you never seen any, you were seriously wrong. Damn.
Damn, Aiden.
I was wrong. Don't listen to past Aiden. All anime is bad.
You're
All
making some
anime is
points.
garbage.
You're making some points. So that was the Master Koga fight. One of my favorite boss fights in the game.
I love this dude. He's hilarious.
I blazed through it, but it's still a really fun one. I wish it was a tad bit longer, because of how fun it is. Oh yeah, I forgot. Homie just brings out this big ass ball, and he's like, "Now who's gonna win?" Aiden from Sploder forums? Nah, I don't think so.
None of that. This one's just called "I got in-school suspension next week."
Aiden, how? What? Do you have this story for this?
And it says, "And usually I'm a goody two-shoes. Oh well, first time for everything, I suppose. I must have really have been a nerd for so long. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know."
Oh no. Were there any replies?
Yeah, the first 3 being why. And then did I respond? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. I didn't remember why. So
Okay,
now I'll
okay.
have Aiden to tell me. Oh, some kids found a cooler of some kind and managed to open it and took a few Powerades and gave one to me. Turns out those Powerades were school property. I didn't drink it though. Later in the day, the group got caught and found out I had one, so I got some ISS. Didn't know for how many days though. It was pretty much the worst Friday ever. Angry emoji. I was.
Oh,
Some kids
Aiden.
were taking Powerades out of a cooler, and Aiden went, "Yeah, I'll hang out with these people," and just didn't even take one.
The worst part is that when you were like, I've been a goody two shoes for so long. Guess it's guess there's a first time for everything. You said it like you purposefully did something bad.
Like I was a bad.
No, you were just
Vibe.
you were given ISS by affiliation. You didn't even do anything.
You know, the wild part is now that I'm remembering it, I don't think I actually did that. They like told me I was going to, but then they never actually made me do it.
Oh,
So I think it was a thing where they figured out I probably had nothing to do with it at all. So even that's technically a lie because I don't remember ever going to it. So I'm like, wait a minute, and that must be why.
That reminds me of like the one time that so back in middle school when Parker and we went to the same middle school. You knew that I was not telling everyone else. We went to the same middle school, but we never had any of the same classes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would I forgot what was going on, but like everyone who's in ISS, you're in there the entire day. You don't go to your classes. So you're in there because it was like a Friday too. So you're in ISS for most of the day, and you're still giving your schoolwork and everything. And I was at lunch late that day. I think I was doing like tutoring or something, and I like go to lunch, and I look at the ISS crowd because that was their lunch period, and just Parker's just there.
Oh,
Eating lunch with everyone in ISS, and I was like, what?
what happened?
And then I talked to him because, we were in line together, and I got in line behind him. He was like, hey, what are you doing here? I was like, I was late for lunch. I was giving tutoring. I'm supposed to go back to the class. And then Parker's like, oh, I got in a fight.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I got into, where is she?
Damn.
Oh, second floor, okay. Yeah, he's like, I got into a fight, and I was like, what happened? And apparently some kid had called him a name or something, and he just fucking beat his ass.
Did he win? Did he win said
Yeah,
fight?
he won.
That's
He
good.
won.
That's good. Because you'd hate to be an ISS and be a loser as well. So at least you got one of those.
There's been one time, like, this was actually in, no, this was in middle school too. I couldn't remember if this was high school yet or middle school. But one time, it might have been high school actually, like freshman year, because my memory's hazy. But one time, again, someone said something to Parker, and Parker just fucking broke the dude out, like just knocked him over.
Damn.
And like he got his phone broken because of it, or that might have been what caused the fight. The dude might have broken Parker's phone, and then Parker just lashed out, and he got detention instead of like ISS.
So what you're
And
saying
it's just
is
wild.
Parker has anger management issues, and that
He legitimately does.
we're basically tempting a monster every time we make fun of him. It's what to say doesn't snap.
Do you hear what he did to Kyle?
What do you do, Kyle?
So apparently, and
Shout out to Kyle,
apparently-
lovely LHG member as well.
We love you, Kyle. Stan you. Hype for Ocarina. But apparently, Kyle Parker was making a character on the Elder Scrolls Online. You remember that, right? He said he was
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
And apparently, Kyle saw he was playing Elder Scrolls and tagged him in the general chat of ZSP and said, "Play better games."
Oh yeah.
And
I
so-
heard about that.
And so, Parker joined and said, "Fuck you." And then like Kyle was like language. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is my is my swear word too powerful for your boomer brain?" And then Kyle like went on deafen. And then like apparently like Marzak was like, "You could have been the bigger man," and Parker was like, "Fuck being the bigger man." And then he just laughed, and I was like, "Oh damn, okay." He popped off, dude.
That's hilarious. Parker got anger
but time-
management issues. He's a
By the time this
psychopath.
episode comes out, that'll be ages ago.
Ancient
But
history at that point.
This was like wild. But there have been times. I was on a field trip to the Civil Rights Museum.
Oh no, not this story. We don't have to tell this story. I know where this
No,
one
no,
goes.
it's not that one that you're thinking about. It was on the bus ride back, and someone was making fun of Parker, and I had to dead ass hold the homie on the in the seat, so he didn't get into a fight on the bus as it's moving. Cause dude was about to just start swinging. Homie gets real pissed, real easily. You start crying too. That's the worst part about Parker though, is when he gets angry, he used to like cry, but he was like an angry crying, and then people would make fun of him for crying, and then Parker,
Get
suddenly
angrier.
the dude, and then the dude end up on the ground because he made fun of Parker. Parker's strong too, for no reason. Homie a strong boy.
Damn.
Homie bodied me one time.
It's all that
He
Skyrim
was like-
energy, dude.
He was like, I bet I could body you, and he just did. It was kind of hot, actually. Whoa. All right, it was a sweet cutscene.
I enjoyed
Trying
it
to give
very
some
much.
character to
But talking about Parker's angry steroid rage is also hilarious as well. He should really get off of those,
I agree. The wilding thing is that like I think he's mellowed out because I don't think of Parker as someone who gets angry.
I don't either.
Easily,
Me neither.
right?
But
'Cause when he
apparently
brought that up-
past
when he-
Parker just wild.
When Parker brought up he used to have anger issues in the call like the other night, I was like, oh, you did? Because now like sure Parker will get mad, but like he recovers really quickly.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But like he used to not be like that. But like now it's just so weird to remember Parker as being someone who's easily pissed off.
We change pretty quickly. It's wild. I think that's been kind of the theme of this episode, whether we were talking about like
Yeah.
words we couldn't use or my awful Sploder forums or fucking Parker's old issues or
This
even
episode
your
was brought
past
to
as
you
well.
This episode was brought to you by Change.
Yeah, people be changing. And even the game changing. These people are learning from their past mistakes.
You already know. You
Except the
already
Yiga
know, dude.
clan.
Except the Yiga clan.
They don't learn
Fuck
shit.
them. Fuck
I got-
the Yiga clan.
I got one more for you because I could go
Okay.
on and on with this shit.
Okay.
There's just thousands of these because I
Go
posted
ahead and
like
spread
every
it into
day.
the next episode if you.
I might. But the last one for today is a thread called "I'm gonna ask a girl out." ... parentheses. Guys, I'm crying of happiness right now. Cat face. Close parentheses. The thread says, like seriously, I've never been more nervous. Add that to the fact I'm really awkward at doing these sort of things, and yeah. Anyway, she's been a friend of mine, and I've never been more in love. Like literally crying over how happy I am. I ask
Oh,
her out
no.
tomorrow at school. Wish me luck, guys. How I'm feeling right now. The video is a fucking nightcore to every time we touch the song.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah?
Eden.
Yeah?
Why?
Mm-hmm. The weird thing is that these replies are really nice.
Oh yeah, they're all cringy like you were.
They were like, good luck, or hope it goes well. And then nobody was even a big deal with it.
No one bullied you.
But the funny part, outside of the fact that that's all cringy, is the next thread, 8 days later, are just called "Girls Are a Strange Case" because it didn't go well.
no. You get rejected, Aiden? Is that what happened?
Okay, let me read this one too. It says,
Okay.
but yeah, seriously, I had just an experience where I found this to be fact. Anyway, it all started when I decided to ask this girl out. And I write her name down, but I'm not gonna say it in the video just in case it goes around. Anyway, and I had known her for pretty much a long time. So I finally got the balls to ask her out when a strange thing happened. I asked her out, and she shrugged off, saying, "I don't know." Well, that's odd. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was expecting a no, but when you say "I don't know," shouldn't you have a reason behind that question mark? Already,
no.
we got incel energy going on. This is already not a good sign. This is not a good sign. She has no reason at all, and we just sit there with incredibly awkward silence. When I finally do get home, I'm terribly confused, so I call my best friend, and he is confused, and he usually has an answer to everything.
Oh
So he-
no.
So he calls his girlfriend, and I explain everything to her, and she says, the girl's name, just basically said no in the nicest way possible. So yeah, that's heartbreaking, but why didn't she just say no? Well, my best friend's girlfriend points out that girls are a strange case, and there could be many reasons why. Anyway, after all that, I'm still depressed, but also confused. Days later, the girl that I'm trying to get involved with, herself finally says that she has a crush on someone else. So yeah, that's her big reason. And I was happy because at least now I know it's not my fault anymore. My final thought is that guys are straightforward with pretty much anything. Guys, on the other hand, well, yeah, read the title. They're a strange case. This is Math Day 2, and I'm going back to editing the video. Bye, smiley face.
Oh, no. There's so much wrong with all of that.
What's the biggest thing you think? What's the biggest thing wrong with 2013 Aden in this context?
How old were you in that?
Junior high. So it would have been seventh or eighth grade, roughly.
Okay, so first off,
yeah,
you already mentioned the incel energy.
Yeah,
there's some heavy, like if she says I don't know, take a hint, bro. She means no.
I was stupid.
Secondly, the whole like guys are straightforward with everything we do, but girls are a strange case. Like
that's just perpetuating dumb stereotype horseshit.
Yeah,
because I was clearly fucking depressed and confused about everything and wanted to lash out.
It just everything about that is just the saddest thing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And you know what?
Well, because
to add insult to injury, I'm remembering how I actually asked her out, and this thread actually lies because I didn't technically ask her out. I read a fucking poem to her.
Oh no, you did not.
And no wonder she didn't say anything, because I read a fucking poem to her in public, not even privately.
You did not. You did not. Yeah. I don't.
Yep. Yep. So I'm lying here in this thread.
That's not canon.
It's canon. Look, I feel like you've only known me for a couple years, and you probably think I'm a relatively, if not a cool guy, then a guy who at least has his head on straight.
I think you're relatively self-aware.
Yeah, like
generally.
I understand what's going on and what's going on around me. I'm very aware of my weaknesses, that type of shit. We've talked about them on Breath of the Wild. But then I read shit like this that's really, granted, 7 years ago, but still not that incredibly long in the stretch of things. And apparently I just wrote this stupid shit every day, and there's so much that I hate about it now. And it's all still publicly available for anybody.
You still got the poem, Aiden?
No.
You gonna read the poem?
No, I don't have it.
Of the Wild?
I don't have it. No. Not only because
or did you like print it from somewhere?
No. I wrote it in a notebook.
Okay.
But that notebook's probably thrown away at that point because I was like 7th or 8th grade.
One would hope that it was thrown away.
But I like the fact that I lied in the thread to try to make it look like it worked more to my favor than I actually just straight up asked her.
I feel like you thought, damn, the poem really wasn't a good idea. And so then you make it seem like she was the problem by being awkward.
I'm a horrible human being, Jay. Look at this shit. This is awful.
Oh, with all that being said, thank you all for watching this eventful and topical episode of Breath of the Wild, where we talked about prisoners of war.
Yeah. Farting.
Past Aden.
Yeah.
And we got the Thunder Helm.
The Thunder Helm. And Parker's anger issues. Cool. We talked about
Parker's anger issues. So yeah, again, this episode was brought to you by Change.
Yeah.
Change.
Needless to say, I'm not like that anymore. Please don't think I am.
This episode was brought to you by Change, to this. So you guys can see.
This is Lou's Diner. As you can see, I got the Chernobog from Fantasia. The creator was made on, the avatar and some pixel text, a photo bucket watermark, and Comic Sans. So, kind of bad, but at least you can see it. The red kind of bounces off. Everything's structurally pretty well put together.
It's made by Pink Fedora.
Yeah, the game is. I made the epic poster.
Did you get paid for the poster?
No, fucking no. I should have charged too.
What's this EGD?
Epic Game Drop. It was the big big game competition they had every year.
So
anyway.
Rebuild is even worse. Because he just took destroyed city.
Yeah, which I hope to God is from a movie and not from an actual fucking event.
Disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Um.
Someone's gonna reverse image search this and be like, "This is actually from the Japan tsunami and earthquake, and this is very insensitive for you to post this."
When things get bad, you have to rebuild.
A game by Dudkey coming this EGD. The matching, the different fonts, the different colored fonts, none of them work well with the background. Just a disaster all the way
An
through.
absolute disaster. Thank you all. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye.
Bye.